What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? It is early in the morning, let me tell you. Yeah, it just doesn't seem very legit to me there, Wykian. Send me a screenshot on Discord of your four duplicate hyper shards, and I'll believe you. It just seems a little out there to me. I mean, they've got systems in place for that, but who knows? You know, maybe you're right. Maybe it is an oversight. So yeah, as all of you know already, it's Thunderstruck. Boo. Where's it at? There it is. I went and got mine right away. No, there's not a dupe glitch, PBHC. Somebody was claiming that they could go and get duplicates of them again after AP resets, but I don't. Without having any screenshots of that, I don't believe it. I think that they, I think that's something they would have checked right away. But I sure as hell ain't gonna do no screenshot. You can send it to me on Twitter or Discord, or sadly YouTube doesn't have instant messaging, or most people don't have it activated. I mean, you can send me a message on YouTube if you know how to. Thunderstruck's not really very good, to be honest, Jonathan. If we look at it, let's see, I'll even waste the gold to upgrade it. So once you upgrade it, you got your primary attacks have a 26% chance on hit to drench enemies for 7 seconds. And your primary attacks deal an additional 40% damage as storm damage. Storm damage has a 3-second cooldown. And that would be the problem. If the storm damage didn't have a 3-second cooldown, this shard would be ridiculously OP. But since it does, it kind of makes it kind of meh. I mean, it's not a bad shard, don't get me wrong. But it's not anything to write home and tell mom about. Yeah, they would be 2 separate drenches, Connor. Watch it in class. We better pay attention in class, Cole. Drenching strikes, of course, when gilded, is a 38% chance to drench, where Thunderstruck is only a 26% chance to drench. So, I mean, it's debatable whether or not it's worth using at all. I personally don't use it on any hero. I mean, you could use it on any hero. You could use it on any hero damage hero. Anybody that you're using primary attacks on, you could use that and get good results with it. But it's just not going to be best in slot on anybody, really. In my opinion, anyway. That's a technical issue there, PBHC. They've talked about it quite a bit, but no signs of them getting it fixed yet. It's something that just happened when they patched the self-petrifying snakes because they were just absurdly OP. Yeah, I mean, you can use it on any hero damage hero there, Icos. It's just not going to be best in slot on any of them. I mean, the Barb's got 6 choices, of course, so it's not a Thunderstruck there, JB. Anyway, let's pop in and run this bad boy. I'm going to do it by myself a few times before I open it up, and there will be restrictions today. If you can't handle your own lane, then I'm not going to be doing it with you on stream. I hate to be that way, but this is not a carry stream. So I'm not trying to carry anybody today. Anybody that joins will be responsible for handling their own lane. So if you can't handle your own lane, don't join. That's what I'm doing. Oh yeah. Gotta let me queue it up, for God's sakes, man. Jeez. Anyway, it's Power Surge. Now, a couple things I noticed right away. First off, the timer got dropped from 35 seconds to 25 seconds. So it's 10 seconds shorter than a normal Power Surge. Hey, you're in a homework period? Fair enough. How you use Destructive Pylon effectively? You put it on any 20 DU defense. And you put it... I'm actually going to be using it right now. Yeah, the mob level is lower than it was last week. I use it on Lightning Strike auras, Destructive Pylon, and then anytime there's a Lightning Strike nearby, or anytime there's anything nearby the Lightning Strike, it gets the buff. You don't want to put it inside of a boost aura or a buff beam, which I know that a lot of people do. But Destructive Pylon will actually buff a boost aura. So you always want to put it in something outside of the boost aura, is the best way to use it. I mean, it's still a great shard for a boost aura, but you're not getting the most out of it if you put it into the boost aura. I'll restart it here, but I'll show you guys. Like, if you put it inside the boost aura is not going to be boosting as much. However, the defense, of course, is going to get the benefit of the Destructive Pylon. If you put it outside the boost aura, then the Destructive Pylon is going to boost the boost aura, plus the defense is still getting the Destructive Pylon. So you're essentially boosting it twice, is why you do that. Anyway, I wasted a little of my starting mana here. So, you guys know the routine. It's a pattern. If you follow the pattern, you're going to win. I am bringing a Sparkle Party Pat to get those assassins off of me quicker, and I think that will help out quite a bit. And let me see one other thing. I'm so sorry, y'all. YouTube has got a new live streaming dashboard, and this is my first day trying it out, and it's a little different, for lack of better words. How do I stun enemies? I'm not stunning any enemies today. I'm using the slow on the boost star. Actually, I'm not even using a boost star. What am I talking about? I'm not using any CC today. It's just straight up burn. Now, you can use CC, but it's going to be tougher. One of the things that really helps make this map easy is if the hero you're placing defenses down with is your DPS hero as well. If you don't have to do any hero swapping, it makes life way, way easy on this map. Anyway, so here we go. I'm going to just basically do this on every lane. So I've got the Destructive Pylon going, and I've got my Flamars going. Now remember, your towers get a boost here on this map, and they also place instantly. So 25 seconds, these are going to start disappearing, and they'll disappear in the order I placed them since they're all on a timer. So I know this one is going to go first. And there they go already. That 25 seconds does go by pretty quick. You guys will have to forgive me. I'm going to end up missing some chat here, but this is one of those maps that if you look away, it's going to be a problem. I do apologize here. Shit, I am screwed if an assassin gets on me right now. Let me get some heals going here. So back up to the front here. As you see, Frostfire is ridiculously OP on this map. In fact, I'm sure that if you were in a group, it would be very easy to do if everybody had Frostfire and just sprayed it down. And I don't want to lose any of my time. The timer doesn't stop in build phase, so I don't want to lose any of the time I have on my defenses, so I'm just G'ing up right away. So yeah, anyway, your towers get a buff, plus they place instantly, and it makes for actually a really fun map. I mean, this is a fun map to do. There's no doubt there. And you can also sell your towers too if you're running into a mana problem. I actually recorded my very first run. I already did it this morning, right when it launched. So I recorded my first run. I'll get that edited up and have it on the channel probably late tonight. But it's just all about running the pattern, you know? If you can, ignore the bosses until the very end. You know, if there's no mobs left and all you have the bosses, it makes life way, way easier. Wow, did I make that rotation really quick? Oh, there it goes. I'm gonna say, why are they not despawning? Grab all the mana I can here. And once again, G'ing it right up right away. Well, remember, your towers are getting boosted. My Flamars don't do anywhere near 4.5 million DPS normally. So your towers are getting a free boost. That's part of the deal. Your tower's placed instantly and get a buff. So you'll be able to do it with defenses you wouldn't think you would be able to do it with. Like, I'm anxious to try different things. Back in the day when this map first came out, it was all about the ballistas or archers. And I definitely want to try ballistas today. But if you keep this rotation down and you stay on the pattern, you know, Sparkle Party obviously helps out a ton, as you see right there. Cannon Ogres are not going to help the situation. So you want to get on the bosses right away, but at the same time, you have to prioritize the lanes. It's not a boss that's going to kill you or end your run on this map. It's normal mobs that sneak through. Once again, I do apologize, y'all. I'll try to get caught up on comments here as soon as the map is over, but this is one of those can't really look away too frequently kind of maps. I ain't trying to lose my first one on stream, you know what I'm saying? Slakelions can be a pain in the butt on this map, because especially if they come in the early waves, because of course you have to kill them every wave. But as long as you keep your pattern down and you're on top of your defenses as soon as they despawn, it is GG. And we got a Quibs. Quibs will sneak his way right through. I'm going to have to watch him. A little double dip on that Sparkle Party there. Get Quibs handled too. I'm going to ignore the roller till the end. Alright. So, let me go ahead and get as much of this mana back as I can and get a fresh rotation placed down here. Once again, sorry y'all, I'm not looking at comments. If I look away, I'm gonna fail. So, give me a sec, let me get this map done, and I'll try to get caught up on the comments here. It's another quick map, though, which is kind of good. Now, obviously, it's not like Demon's Lair quick, but it's pretty quick. Taking a lot more damage than I'm used to. I'm afraid the assassins are going to kill me if I take too much. Almost there. Oh shoot, I'm out of mana. Uh-oh. Gonna have to just go with 2 Flamars here. But not many mobs left. Cannon Ogre. Don't shoot me! There we go. Piece of cake. Haha, what's going on there, Geek? Phoenix, what up? Alright, so let's see. Mr. Ico says he'll be barbing the lane. Yeah, I mean, if you want to just DPS, if you're going in a group, like literally the easiest thing to do to complete the map is going to be drop trees, which are even optional there, but they help for heals. But drop trees in the lane and go with 3 players and each person take a lane. Easy peasy, right? Yeah, your towers get a buff. So if you look here, my Flamars, actually it looks like the buff is over now. Or no, there's no way it does 3.2 million. Let me see with Destructive Pylon. Yeah, your towers definitely get a buff. So let's see, without anything, it's showing 3.2 million. So let's head back to Tavern real quick and see what they really are. Because you don't have the right shards in there, PBHC. Shards are greater than gear. Chaos 5 Relic with the right shard is going to have more DPS output than, I don't know about a Chaos 8 without shards, but probably. So what was it? It was 3.22? Yeah, 1.78. So it's not quite double. But it's like a maybe, what is that, 75%? I'm not sure. I didn't do the math, but I went from 3.22 to 1.78. You might want to upgrade them then, or double check your ascension or something. You're doing something wrong there, PBHC, because you don't roll around with a Chaos 8 relic and only do 200k. It just doesn't. It's almost mechanically impossible. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get one shot by Cobalts. Exclamation nuke in chat will show you all the shards I'm using there, Anthony. Alright, Lo-Fi, take it easy. Thanks for swinging by. Well, you're just not, you're either not at the speed cap, you don't have your ascension in right, something like that. Like I said, there's just no way on a C8 to do that little. Unless, of course, you're missing a shard. If you're missing a shard or don't have your ascension in, then doesn't matter what level your ascension is, as long as you got the 20 points into defense speed. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know what it would take for me to get that low. Let's see, let's get rid of all my... See, even with no destruction shards, I'm still at 738,000. So, you got something funky going on there. What's going on, Demon Child? The Petrify combo never went anywhere, Drath. It just got changed. Petrify combo is still a thing. Wrecked. Power Surge is still fun. Changed to Pure Evil. It's still crazy effective. I mean, I've used it all the way up to almost floor 500. I think 480 or something. It's a very, very effective combo. So, I mean, I hear you. The taunt was cool as hell, but it was also ridiculously OP. Alright, so what else do we want to try? I kind of want to try Ballistas. Ballistas were the OG. I'm going to have to get some gear. Who did I borrow? I just borrowed all my Squire's gear. I think I put it on the Lavamancer. Yeah, it looks like it. Let me get him some, not have him running around all naked. Now, am I going to be able to do any damage? Yeah, it's not terrible. I feel like I should grab that sparkle party just to be safe. Let's see, what have I got on this thing? Defense rate, splody. This should be alright. Sounds to me like you should, you know, are you boosting your auras and putting some crowd control in them? Well, I mean, that's not going to help you for Lady Orcs, but... I'm not really a huge fan of Blaze Balloons. So no, I haven't tried those yet. You had nightmares about power surge last night? Alright, let's pop back in here and try this with the ballistas. Alright. Oops, crap. Where were we? Okay, incursions. Sorry, y'all. It's early. It's early in the morning, for God's sakes. How do you move up an onslaught? You grind mindlessly for hours and hours and hours and hours they're doing. Once you beat a floor, the next floor becomes available to you. Now the problem with ballistas, I can't even remember the path I used to take with them. I think it was like up here, then here, and then here. But that was pre-hex throwers too, so that may not work. I don't know, this probably is going to fail, but I'm going to try it out anyway. So, if I go 3 right here, I'm thinking it's just going to be best to go 3 here and 3 here, but I'm not sure I'm going to have that kind of time. Let's see. Let's try it out. Oops, I accidentally put one up top. Now the problem with using ballistas is they're expensive. So it might almost be beneficial to go back and sell them before they expire. I'm going to let them expire and just see if I have mana problems. Oh, I'm definitely going to have mana problems. Good lord, I'm like out already. Yeah, this isn't going to work. I would have to sell all of them. You used to have, back in the day, you had enough mana to do 6 of them on each lane. And this is nowhere near enough for that. I mean, I would have to be able to do like 2 ballistas per lane, I think. Yeah, see, I lost the sub-objective already. I don't know if 2 will get it, to be honest. I think two and then sell them. Yeah, you used to be able to do 6 on each lane, Phoenix. I'm going to start this map over, but the old strategy used to be this. You did this right here. You know, obviously there's nowhere near enough mana for that now. Anyway, let's hop out and restart it here. Now you had to go back and sell. You know, you would go back, lap back around and sell your defenses. This is before the Dryad got changed. Once it got changed where trees stayed permanent, then, you know, then of course everybody started doing that. Alright, let's see. How a surge. You wish you could interpret losing as fun, then you'd be having a lot of fun. It's already here, Sultan. It went live at 6 a.m. this morning. 6 a.m. my time. 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. The map turned on. It doesn't require a download. It's a back-end thing. So you won't have a download or anything. Too many tornado alerts. Jeez, Demon. That's no good. Well, stay safe. I haven't tried PDTs yet. I haven't really tried anything other than Flamars yet. The Dryad, the benefit you get is the trees. I mean, the trees are staying, you know, so what more can you say? Well, I mean, you remember this map, Twinkie, from back in the day. The original strategy was you just turtle built it and you spammed archers back and forth across here. Was the original strat. And then Ballistas kind of took over. I'm trying the Ballista build now, but the mana is a problem with it being 60 DU. Yeah, it's got to be a bug there, Mints. That's what I said last time. Yeah, that's when archers... I'm not going to check it while I'm live streaming. Weekend, I'll check it when I'm done streaming. Archers used to have that meaty range too. They got nerfed into the ground. Nerfed into the ground. Anyway, let's try this out here. So I'm just going to try 2 Ballistas per lane. I think that might be the recipe. So let's do it. I don't know if 2 is going to hold, to be honest. I do know it'll be easier if I sell these, though, on the mana. Maybe I place this a little early. Make sure you're getting the most. Yeah, the problem here is it seems like they get distracted. Seems like they get distracted really quick. Look, that one is shooting into something in the ground. Definitely appears like there could be mana issues here. And losing my sub-objective still. So yeah, I'm going to say Ballistas are... It's something you're going to have to practice to get down. Clearly, clearly I don't have what it takes to get it done. I'm just going to head on out here. Not even going to bother. I'm selling to get the mana back before the tower... You don't get the mana back if the tower despawns on its own. Earth Shatters have always been like that, absolute. It's not the Earth Shatter, it's the Shatter Quake mod. It's been like that forever. Exclamation FA in chat there, Reggie. So much for the Ballista build. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure you could do it. But it would take some practice. I already told you I'm not gonna stop the stream to go check Twitter. I'll check Twitter once the stream is over. I don't care. I mean, I'm gonna look at it, but it's not something I'm gonna stop what I'm doing for. What's up, Daniel? Nothing yet, really. Just getting this Power Surge map going. I'm debating, I'm a little hesitant to do in public, I'm going to be honest. This is not a map that I really plan on doing just straight up carries for people on. I mean, anybody, you know, I'm even tempted to do it through the Steam group. But if you join, once I switch it over to public, you're going to have to be able to handle your own lane. I'll do my lane, you guys do your lanes. Cannonball spam would be definitely easier on the DU. I mean, the easiest thing I've found so far is just spamming the auras. It's just easy peasy. I mean, you could still screw it up and lose. EV2 is very powerful. There, Kager. Then the fourth person helps the next weakest person. I mean, like I said, I'm hesitant to do these public at all. First off, the end game community is going to really hate on me for doing them public at all, because people really shun carrying people through this stuff. Now, I personally don't really care. But I'm going to do it one more time. One more time here by myself, and then I'll open something up. So, this is what seems to me to be the easiest. I got Destructive Pylon going on the LSA. Oh, you have no idea, Connor. You have no idea at all. People seem to think that every single thing that goes wrong in DD2 is my fault. I'm just some dude that plays the game, for God's sakes. The only difference between me and you is I hit a record button and you all don't. It is literally the only difference. How many hours do I have? I'm assuming on this account it's probably like 8,400, 8,500, something like that. Altogether, between all the accounts and platforms, it's got to be in the 10 to 11,000 hours range. Too many damn hours for one video game, to be honest. I mean, I love DD2, and, you know, obviously, as you all can tell, I'm addicted to it like a mofo. But at the same time, I've missed out on tons of great games by sinking so much time into DD2. You know, no fun playing a great game after the great game is done and the player base is gone, you know. And I have had that with many games, sadly. There's really good games that would have been a lot of fun playing a little closer to launch when there was other people playing it still. Yeah, I'll show you guys. Actually, I'll do one more run after this one. I'll show you all the cheddar. It's actually intentional cheddar. It's not like it's really exploiting, so feel free to use it. It's one of those at your own discretion type things. The reason they've made it so that trees don't despawn is to make the Dryad viable for play on this map. When this map first came out, the Dryad was super, super popular. Or not when it first came out, but while this map was still in its heyday, the Dryad was really, really popular. and people were having a hard time completing it on the Dryad. So, of course, that pissed people off. Oh, crap, man. I forgot my Sparkle Party again. Oh, my... Keep forgetting. Sparkle Party is nice on this map. There's no doubt there. Let me get it swapped in real quick. Where you at, little kitty cat? There you are. But yeah, it's all about just keeping the pattern down, you know? You know what order you place the towers, so you know what order the towers are going to despawn on you. This is actually a really fun map, I think. Now, if you do it with the trees, it's going to take that chaos away. And, you know, no chaos. No chaos means not as much fun, in my opinion. I like things really chaotic. makes it more entertaining if your video games are nice and chaotic. Comes Gribs. Gribs! That Plaguing Hawk needs to go. Just gonna let everything die here. Collect up the mana. You didn't give it enough time to kick in then, Jonathan? Because if you put in your destructive pylon on your boost aura, then your boost aura is actually going down in damage output. Oops, I forgot about the auto start. Almost snoozed on that one. I'll show you. I'll show you when we get done with the map. Hoping to get some of those weapons today. I haven't gotten many of the Prime 3 weapons yet. Forgot my Skyguard. Don't really need the Skyguard. It's more of a last resort protection type thing. But I like putting it. Uh-oh. That's not good. See, that's all it takes is one derp. One derp. And your entire game changes. See, now I've got another sub-objective to deal with. Shoot, man. Hell, I may end up just straight up losing here. It's definitely not good. Not a good place to be. It's certainly not a map that you can really look away from. Alright, let's see what kind of rotation I need. Now I need to use a 4-lane rotation. 12 seconds. I'm still gonna spawn camp that. Let's do this. And now just wait for him here. Wait for this to despawn. Luckily I only have one wave to do here. Sparkle Party for the win. But yeah, anyway, one derp is all it takes. God dang it, I don't have a Sparkle Party now. Get off me, damn it. 79 mobs left. I think I'll be alright, but certainly not a very pretty run this time. Not near as smooth and fancy. think we're still good though. Definitely throws a little monkey wrench into the deal when you got to deal with that fourth lane though. I don't think anything else is coming out of there. We're going to place them anyway. Yeah, it looks like we're at. Definitely not as pretty, but still got to win. If you stack, it scales off of your hero damage, Cager. So the higher your hero damage, the more your alt fire will do. It's Thunderstruck this week there, Tomislav. That wasn't my first time doing it there, only Phoenix. You only get it once. I had my Thunderstruck at about 5 minutes after it launched. I got my butt out of bed this morning. Well, I mean, you would have to ask something more specific, to be honest. If you're new to the game, the best thing I could tell you is shards are very, very important. Shards are the most important part of progression, and without having the correct shards, it makes life much more difficult. So if you're going to go back and farm any of the lower tiers for any reason, do it for shards. Don't do it for anything else. Anyway, so let's say... let's go full power, so we'll get boosted power as well. Now let's say instead of destruction, we went with destructive pylon on the Boostara. I'll give it a minute to set up here. There we go. And once you see the little purple glow on the flame aura, you're good. And if I look, I'm 2.97 million DPS. Now, if I take that destructive pylon out of the Boostara, go with destruction instead, just that alone is not going to be near as much because it doesn't have the destructive pylon. But if you look at my Boostara, it's got a defense power bonus of 15.6 thousand. Well, then if we take destructive pylon and throw it on, say, a lightning strike aura right next to the Boostara, let's give it a minute. Wait for the purple, and that takes it up to 22.6k. So it actually boosts the Boostara, but still does the original purpose of boosting the flame aura. And then now you see with this setup, the flame aura is up to 3.18 million. So I got, what, an extra, almost an extra 10% damage onto that flame aura directly. Yeah, you have to wait for the little purple glow. The destructive pylon takes a second to kind of engage. AFK farming to get 33 destruction. I hear you, Jonathan. Do cannons. Uzar says, do I have cannons set up? I think I do. Why do I not have defense rate in there? Or I've got defense rate there is why. Let's see, do I not have a gilded deadly strikes? Wow, look at me, what a slack ass. No gilded deadly strikes for my cannons. Destructive pylon is either the 6th hyper shard for mastery, or you can get one from clear and prime 1. Cannons will be a challenge too. Alright, so then we were talking about trees, right? So here's the deal with trees. The trees aren't going to respawn. So, I mean, I'm going to be doing a video later on it. Probably, actually, it won't come out till tomorrow, maybe. But the title of the video will be The Easy Way and the Cheesy Way, because this is definitely, although it's intended, this is not a bug or a glitch in any way. It is definitely the cheesy way. Yep, Thunderstruck today. Trees get killed pretty quick, do they? I haven't tried them with trees yet. Use whatever you got, Quicksilver. It doesn't really matter. You're not relying on the trees to do anything other than just be a wall. So, I'm anxious to see how fast they get destroyed. I got pretty decent trees. I mean, they are, they're not full up trees or anything. Let's see. You know what, if we're gonna go trees, we might as well try bees, right? Let's see. Let's borrow that. We'll borrow those two. Where'd everything go? Here we go. Destructing, Mass Destruction, and Vampiric. Maybe? Let me fix my Boostar back before I screw up. Where did you go? Boosted Grasp, there it is. Alright, so let's try bees. Anyway, as you see, the trees are still there. Your bees sucked? Well, we'll see. I haven't tried it with bees. This will be my first try. So let's see. Let's just go 3 bees. I didn't give myself any juice up front. It wasn't very smooth. You see, I play the Dryad all the time now. Oh yeah, man. They're all up on them trees. They're staying healthy so far. I do have protective... Oh yeah, tree's getting wrecked. I got protective downgrade servo on them, so if you get an upgrade on them... I mean, you definitely don't want to be spending your mana on repairing trees. But, on the same note, that does buy you a little leeway if you need it. Now, if I can collect, I'm just not going to have enough mana to get these upgraded. But upgrading them would give me a layer of protection because of that protective downgrade. Shoot, I forgot to get Sparkle Party too. Don't hit me, bro. Not having Sparkle Party for the loss. Oof. Gonna definitely have to put that on. And look at that tree blinking at me. It's a blinker. Anyway, sorry y'all. Give me a minute here. After the run, I'll try to get caught back up with chat, but if I look away while doing this, there's no way it'll be a win. Man, his lady orcs are getting all up on them trees. Definitely not pretty. Now, if the trees attacked, or attacked more, you could use automation on them, and that would help heal them up. But trees, sadly, without having a natural attack, are going to lose the majority of that benefit. Man, the assassins are thick. Lost a tree there. Get them, bees, get them. Yeah, you could use automation and explosive shielding guard in theory. I've never tested it, to be honest with you, because it just doesn't go off very frequently. Alright, all my trees are healed. We got 4 seconds, better get it, huh? Better get it. Oops. Oops. Wrong thing. And Nimbus it without a relic on there is not going to get me too far. Anyway, give me just a sec, y'all. I'm not, there's just no way I can look at chat right now and not screw this up. So I do apologize. It does suck having to repair a tree every now and then. But if you were doing like the trees plus flame auras, it would be a massive difference. I'm gonna have to swap over, I think. I don't think I've got burning strikes on my Dryad here. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely not a suggested build. I'll come right out and say that. This is not what I would say is going to be the easy way. Almost there, though. Almost there. They don't disappear because of the insane popularity of the Dryad back in the day when this incursion was relevant before. And it was much more difficult to complete on the Dryad back then. Lost my sewer control. That's alright, because it's to end anyway. Oh, man. My trees went down, too. I think I'm going to have to oh shit this one. Let's just oh shit it. Crap. Wrong monk. Wrong monk. There we go. This would be an oh shit moment. and I threw a flame aura down that currently has no relic on it. That's super smooth as well. Six mobs left. We're almost there. Obviously had to go oh shit mode on that one. Lost my rotation there. It's easy to screw this map up. Although it is relatively easy to complete, it's really easy to screw it up as well. There's no doubt there. Alright, anyway, let me see. Let's see. Think you're going to need 5 mil HP to complete that? I don't know about that, Rick. Quit getting blown up by the kobolds. Well, we don't know when mass destruction is coming, but, I mean, if you were designing a game, would you not give the best shard last? There, Slick? Try slimes. I'll pass. I don't know, Firth. I don't have a suggested number for you. Yeah, anyway, Loco, the reason the trees don't disappear is to make the Dryad more viable. Let's see. Next week, Radiant Critical Power. Probably so. As far as I know, everything disappears except for trees, Loco. Good morning to you too there, Holy Sheep Man. Well, I mean, they gave us Destructive Pylon up front, and I really think they gave us Destructive Pylon first as kind of a catch-up mechanic for newer players, which I'm fine with. I mean, if we can get newer players to play the game for longer, then veteran players have a better chance of having some form of new content coming. All of the hyper shards are going to be there, Immense. We'll get an entire second set of hyper shards. I forgot to use corrupt mode last wave. Does not surprise me. Well, I mean, it's always been that way, Loco. This map was relevant before. Back in the Nightmare 4 days, you had a chance of getting a special armor piece and then the weapon off of that. I don't play tower defense games without defenses, Demon Child. If I wanted to do that, I would just play, I'd go log on to Warframe or Destiny 2 right now. It'd be a much more fun experience. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of not using towers. Towers are the reason I play the game, you know. Destruction and mass. We'll put Vamp back in the bank. Still no weapons today. Man, a low roll on that one, huh? Actually, it's not terrible. That's not a bad looking sword, really. Obviously, you can upgrade it. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that's kind of a cool looking thing. The thing looks awesome, actually. I think I might keep that. What's going on there, IHOPs? Let's see, I'll just leave it right there. Alright, get rid of this stuff. I suggest everybody do the Turn the Tides by Barbarian, personally, Luca. Never doing the map again if you need to build. Yeah, the Onslaught bugs are pretty pretty over the top. Alright, so I tell you what we're going to do today, y'all. I'm not going to just set them up public. What I am going to do is join the Steam groups group chat. You guys remember this is how we used to do this all the time. So, exclamation Steam in chat if you're not in my Steam group. And then you will see me, if you go to the Steam group, up top, you will see Steam group chat. So feel free to join me from Steam group chat. But, if you join me, prepare to cover your own lane. I tell you what, we'll do it this way. The 3 people join, or 2 people join and have to cover their own lane. The 4th person that joins has to be a volcano placer. Let's at least get some boom boom in the mix here and get a volcano down. So the first person has to be a volcano placer. Now I don't care who that is. It can be the first person that joins. But we need a designated volcano placer. Because volcanoes are awesome. You know you want a Phoenix. You know you want to. Anyway, so feel free to join me on group chat. I'm going to go ahead and hop into the map. Actually, I'm not going to hop in yet. You can feel free to join me right now. I don't plan on building any trees, but if you're in your lane and you want to build trees, have at it. I plan on DPS in a lane. We got Jello in. I plan on just DPS in a lane myself. Obelisk is really better than Volcano, Jonathan, there's no doubt. Volcano is more entertaining, Obelisk is a better defense. In my opinion. But Volcano just is cool. There's something about the cool factor of having a big-ass volcano spewing hotness all over the place, right? Gots to have a volcano. Alright, we got one spot open. One more spot, y'all. Oh, the Obelisk is ridiculous with the damage output it does. There's no doubt about that. And we got Wise Wolf. I'll let him load in fully before I send him an invite here. Shows he's in. There he is. See who wants volcano duty. You couldn't figure out how to join through the Steam group? Come on, Phoenix, really? You joined group chat. It's Phoenix, y'all. Let me pick on him. You join group chat, and then up top there will be a button about joining the group chat. And then you can just right-click on me right out of group chat and join the group. Nobody got a volcano? What? Oh, it showed I'm offline? Well, how'd these other guys join me? Let me see. No, I'm definitely online. Alright, so what do we got going here? Yeah, remember, it's going to get a big old buff. So it's going to be stronger than what it shows here for sure. Alright, we got everybody in group. Looks like we do. Let's do it. Ah, look at my incursions. All I've got is Chaos 2, Chaos 7, and Prime Incursions unlocked. Or no, it's because of the group. I was gonna say, have I really not done every one once? Or every tier? Let's do it, let's do it. Steam friends list is buggy. That doesn't really surprise me, sadly. I mean, you know, it's one of those things, but it does not surprise me at all. No big deal. We're not trying to do them other ones anyway. We just trying to do the Prime stuff. The Prime stuff. Alright, I guess I'll take this lane. Or you want that lane. Quicksilver wants that lane. I can take this lane. Give Wise Wolf a sec here. With his fancy AP icon. Well, incursions used to be more relevant, Jonathan. Back in the day, the highest item power you used to have would be 700, and the incursions had the chance of dropping armor pieces that would, or all pieces, that would roll up to 750. So, I mean, they used to be a very relevant farming spot. Wise Wolf's still setting up. Our timer is a ticking. The timer is a ticking. Oh, there we go. Wise Wolf's good. He wants that lane. Alright, I guess I'll take this lane then. Be easy peasy in this format. You know, everybody's got a lane. So it's pretty much GG, you know? 3 monks and a lavamancer. Sounds like a party to me there, Jonathan. See, in this format, it's like easy peasy. Literally. I mean, nobody's going to have a problem with holding their own lane, even if you're just in Chaos 7 gear. If you can do Chaos 7, you're going to be able to hold your own lane here, you know? Alright, PBHC, take it easy, man. Have a good one. Thank you very much for swinging by. I mean, hell, I think I might even switch to EV2 and proton it. Go protons and spray. I think I'm going to do that next wave. Next wave, we're making the move. This will not be all monks. Although there's nothing wrong with all monks. It won't be all monks. Go volcano. Oh crap, I don't have a pet on this guy either. Maybe I should get him a pet too, huh? Where did I put that sparkle party at? There it is. Alright, let's go with... Oops, I guess I better get this thing down, huh? Now, as long as I don't get dive bombed, I'll be good. I never got Sparkle Party equipped. Ooh, yeah, I like it. Uh-oh. Ah, it's just a Wither Beast. Wither Beasts don't even matter. Ooh. Lady Orcs do, though. Oh, no! There we go. Maybe I shouldn't have switched to the EV, huh? Maybe that was not a smart move after all. Gonna need some help here, y'all. Gonna need some help. There we go. Let me just be a chump and switch back to the monk. We will not call this a tough guy moment. Monk it is. My monk is just my best hero by far. Oh, I never cross-referenced the difficulty. I saw that it was like, somebody said it was like floor 103 equivalent or whatever. See, 18314. You guys will have to remember that number. 18314. Actually, I can look right now, I bet. Let me see. Let me get one more round of Flame R's down. Come on, Flame R's. Despawn, would you? There we go. Alright. At 18314, it's just below floor 104, but over floor 103. It's like 103.7 or something like that. We'll just call it floor 103. It's in between floor 103 and 104 difficulty. You should have one decent hero, Jonathan. I mean, you don't have to until you get to the later game. But having one good DPS hero that you enjoy being on actively is definitely a smart idea. You know, the basic rule is your defenses clear the packs and you use your hero to kill the mobs. Quicksilver getting overrun. Well, I mean, yeah. I kind of wish they would have released them in order, but they did say that they're not in order. So I wish that they would have been released in order of difficulty. That way we knew that every week we were getting a tougher map. Yep, I'm out of juice. That's alright. They'll need it for the siege anyway. There we go. It's a win, y'all. All you need to do is onslaught and primes and all your resets. Sounds like you got a lot to do yet. The nuke monk is really strong. You have to enjoy the playstyle though. I personally enjoy the playstyle. Just having double jump for me makes it enough of a reason to use the nuke monk. I use an ability power build personally on the gun winch. Alright, let's knock it out one more time, and then I'll make a new group. Nah, they said that they weren't in order. So I think the overall difficulty will go up. But this one, of course, only has 2 maps, so the average isn't going to be very good. I do wish that they would have been... I mean, some of them are not going to be... The difficulty isn't necessarily going to be... you know, like one map could be more difficult based off of the power level. Like, so far the highest power level map we have, I believe, is Malthius. And I think most people would agree that Malthius is far from the toughest incursion we have so far. So I think there's a lot in interpretation there. I think that they probably didn't want to go too high on this one, because even where it is right now, the majority of the player base is going to have a really tough time completing this. There's no cross saves of any kind, Count Dracula, so there's no way to link your account and move it over, move stuff over. Yeah, I use Ice Needle. If you do exclamation spotlights in chat, you'll see a couple different gun witch builds there. The most recent one is the one I'm using. No, that does not work, Jax. Fire is not crowd control. Crowd control is anything that reduces the enemies or hinders the enemy's movement. So lighting them on fire does not hinder their movement in any way. It's got to be a slow, a stun, something along those lines. A chill. Chill is actually considered its own thing now. I believe it shares diminishing returns with regular slows, but I mean, that's the one thing that, like, uh-oh. Our fourth person's gonna have to earn their keep now. Four lanes, fourth person's gonna have to earn their keep. Oh, anyway, what I was saying is, what a lot of people are not grasping, and, like, I mean, any official Discord is always on the verge of being a little out of hand anyway. Any official games Discord, but you'll see a lot of people pissed off saying the difficulty's not high enough, but this is not an update for somebody who's done floor 800 already. you've already beaten the game if you're in that position. There is nothing that Chromatic is going to do to make a more challenging game mode for you. Once you've beat the game, you've beat the game. You know, then it's time to either enjoy the content you have in the game or move on and play something different. But I mean, once you won, you won. So I mean, I don't really personally all the way through these, I don't anticipate me personally having any massive struggles. I think maps will get harder, but I think I'm going to be able to complete all of them on the first day they come out. But the update isn't designed for me. The update is designed for the player base. So for all the people that don't have all of this tricked out stuff, these maps are going to be very challenging for them. There's no doubt there. You got to put an S on the end there first. It's spotlights. I need to just set up a alternate command because people always leave the S off. Anyway, everything in that playlist is still relevant information. The second a build becomes not relevant, I take it out of that playlist. Crap. No pedal this guy now too. Good lord, man. The derp is out of control today. This is not a good derp week either. Jeez. Give me a kitty cat here for God's sakes. There we go. I'm hitting the button. Why are the assassins still on me? No pet. It's Thunderstruck this week, Camden. I think a lot of people called that one. You have to complete the region to get the Hyper Shard. It's more like a quest completion. If you finish the zone, you get the Hyper Shard. It just pops up on screen. It's not a drop or a chance of. It's 100%. If you complete it, you get it. If you did that and you're not getting it, then that would be something buggy and you'll want to submit a support ticket. You have to beat this zone. It's not beating one map. There's each zone, each Hyper Shard is tied to a region. Prime 1, Prime 2, Prime 3. This map today completes Prime 3. Hey, I was trying to take that lane, Quicksilver. You're the one who jumped up there and wanted it. The lane with the closest sub-objective. Zappa? Can you be in Prime 3 in campaign gear? I don't think it will let you do it. I mean, you have to do a Chaos 7 map. As far as I understand, you have to do a Chaos 7 map to unlock it. So I don't think that it will let you in. It's just past 103 difficulty. They're Dominic. So they're, what, 18,317, I think it was. Of course, I don't see any now. Let's see. 18,345. Yeah, so I think the default mobs were 317. Yep, destructive pylon, vampiric, and defense rate. That is exactly what I'm using. Once again, you can see all my heroes, all my defenses, all that stuff is listed in that Hero Spotlights playlist. So if there's any defense in particular you're curious about, go check it out. Wait till you're done with your 55 resets to come back and do them all. Fair enough. I mean, it sounds like you got a pretty defined purpose. You know, if you're wanting to get to 55 resets, that can be quite the grind, no doubt. Harpies are still the same, pretty much, Jonathan. They take that terrible stop animation when they're, like, reloading, and they push their wings back. Which just stinks, but, you know. Alright, so I'm going to head back to a private tavern. So if you're capable of handling your own lane, feel free to hop in and join me. Slimes are still pretty good. I don't think there's going to be any balance changes at this point. There may be something. But, I mean, it's full speed ahead on DDA now, right? So, I mean, we've got these Prime Incursion maps coming. I think it's not realistic to expect anything else prior to DDA's launch. Maybe after DDA launches, there will be some other stuff. But I wouldn't expect any major changes to the game anytime soon. Other than getting these new incursions, you know. Alright, who we got? We got Jello. We got Semiatos. We got the legendary Go Trunks. Easy peasy. Let's do it up. Let's see. Prime Power Surge. Wait a minute, did they not all get the invite? I better double check. Volcanoes? Perfect. Alright, looks like they all got it. Let's get it. Is there a hero team comp suggest having? You know, in DD2, I would say not really. Like the four original heroes are so powerful. Like if you've got a group of 4 friends and you all are playing through the game together, I would definitely say that the 4 of you, when it comes time to get a new hero, you should all get different heroes. That way you can cover as many of the defenses as you can. But to be honest with you, in DD2, I think the main thing is just about enjoying the heroes you're on. Alright, so I got this one. We'll need somebody to get that middle one. All your friends left after they beat the campaign. That's fair. I've got quite a few friends that did the same thing. Looks like we good. I love having a volcano in the mix. I just think that's perfect. I've had a bunch of real life friends from the casino that I got to play DD2, and they like went through the campaign, and they're like, all right, cool, I'm good. You know, and they were done with it. But, you know, to each their own. It is a grind game. Some people just want to play through a game and be done. And others like to grind it. So it's, you know, depends on if you're wanting to min-max and everything else. If you're wanting to min-max, it takes some work, for sure. No volcano build? Good lord, Icos. How have you been functioning? You gots to have the volcanoes. I mean, that's fair. You should definitely always play the active hero that you enjoy playing, though. Without a doubt. Combat phase incoming, you think? That's the worst grind in the game, in my opinion, because it's mandatory. Having the right shards is not optional. Having fine-tuned mods and all that stuff is optional. But you really need to have the right shards to be able to progress. Because this is the new map today, Hassan. All about doing the new shiny stuff. This incursion's only been available for what? 3 hours and 15 minutes now. Yep, looks like I used up all the juice. I'm gonna steal some from over here. Sorry, stealing your juice, man. Come on out, little volcano. You can do it. Or little siege roller. Imagine that, huh? Stealing the juice. Hey, somebody's got to do it. I think I might conserve this wave. And nah, to hell with it. I'll just go with the same. Go with the usual. Actually, maybe I'll leave that Skyguard out and just kill the Flyer's Manual. That'll save me a little bit. Save me a little bit of juice. Then you have 2 Gilded Destruction and Defense Rate. 1 Gilded Deadly and a full Nuke Monk of Barb Gilded. That's pretty good. I mean, obviously more defense stuff would be ideal. But, I mean, that's a pretty good place to be. There, Camden, no doubt there. That is a pretty good place to be. I use mostly gilded shards on my defenses these days. I don't have... Unless you just don't get benefit from gilding a shard. I've got just about every shard on every defense gilded. With a few exceptions. Like, you know, I don't use a gilded defense or deadly... I don't use deadly strikes at all there, but I don't... If I was to want to maximize the range on, like, PDTs, I wouldn't use a gilded deadly. That would be just a waste. So, I mean, there is situations like that. Come on out and give me all your little green crystals, please, baddies. This one's just a face roll here. Some of them are worth gilding. But on the same note, you don't have to gild any of them. Shattering Torpedo got a nice buff on it for gilding it. And so does like Proton Flame Charge. You get a pretty nice DPS increase for gilding it. But you do pretty good without having them gilded. So it's certainly an optional thing. I mean, as far as min-maxing, yeah, you'll want to have them gilded, but you know, the game doesn't really require min-maxing to get to a solid point in the game, you know. I was still using 0.5 Reflex for quite a while. I just full upped it. That was like my next to last thing that I fully upgraded. It's mainly about the getting that tenacity, you know, to Chaos 8. It's Thunderstruck this week, their Drain Zone. You know, I should have took a little clip of that and put it up on screen. Maybe I'll do that for the afternoon stream. I'll do this one, and then I'll do one more group. And then I'm going to take a little break. And then switch over to Twitch for the afternoon. Thunderstruck like combines Drenching Strikes and Lightning Touch into one shard, but it gives you a weaker version of both in one. It's not a fantastic shard. It's not a bad shard, but it's not a fantastic shard. They should be in the mailbox there, Espen. If they're not there in the mailbox, then you would want to support it. Submit a support ticket. No, you don't have to put tenacity on everything. You only have to put tenacity on something that you're going to shove up in a cyborg's face. If you don't plan on shoving your stuff up in cyborg's faces, you don't have to have tenacity on it. If you put tenacity on everything, you end up really sacrificing a lot of power. If you're using reflect beams in your builds, then you just put the tenacity on the reflect beam. And then you don't tenacity anything else that's behind it. You know how it is, Daniel. You want to shove it right up in that cyborg's face? Yeah, it's a good combo. Flame auras are a very good candidate for rate. Now, on the same note, it's also a very good candidate for anti-mod triple stack. So one of those two, you know. Of course, if you do the anti-mod triple stack, then enemy that gets affected by all three is just going to get completely walloped. Walloped. But I like using rate on it to free up the shard slot for the destruction and mass destruction double stack. Flame auras are something that I will just never give up deadly strikes on. I want to have decent auras. I don't want to have little baby-sized auras. I played way too much DD1 for that. I can't do tiny auras. Gots to be big. So I'll never be willing to give up deadly strikes. So since I'm not willing to give up deadly strikes, having defense rate as a mod is just a smart choice for me. PDTs are another one that's a really good candidate for defense rate mod. PDTs have utility, you know, so you could throw... You don't need deadly strikes on it because the gain you get is so small. Ooh, what are we having here? Getting all uppity? That ain't right. Anyway, the gain you get from range is only 500 range units, so it's not really worth using deadly strikes on poison dart towers. I'm ganking mana. I'm ganking mana. Don't mind me. That's the presidential speech is no baby auras. That's right. I don't want no baby auras. There's flyer spawn way back there. Get the frostfire going on the flyers from the back door, you know. I missed it on those. This particular map, the challenge on this map, Alexander, is that your defenses disappear after 25 seconds. So it got changed versus the regular Incursion. So I'm selling them before they disappear, that way I get some of the mana back, basically. This is something that's unique to just this particular map and mode. You don't have to do that at all. I timed it too, Jello. It came out as 25 seconds for me. You can check it again. But I did time it. Check one more time. Oh, it said 25 seconds when you let it up? Yeah. Yeah, so it's 25. I was gonna say, I did pop a stopwatch on it earlier, but it was also at 6 in the morning. So, I'm not gonna put it past being off by 5 seconds. I don't do anything super well at 6 in the morning, I assure you. Yeah, sleep. I'm very good at 6 a.m. sleeping for sure. In fact, that's like probably my specialty. I do it better than anybody. Yeah, it'll be challenging to the majority of the player base, mama. It won't be challenging to you, but it will be challenging to the majority of the player base for sure. I mean, to the point where I actually put in a new carry roll today. You have to be able to hold your own lane to join the map. Oh, you mean for me? I mean, it's chaotic and fun. I enjoyed it. But it wasn't super challenging, no. But it is chaotic and fun. I could see someone being way too overconfident coming in and losing it. Because of the overconfidence. I could definitely see that being a thing. Yeah, the Dryad trees last forever, but they get beat down. They definitely get beat down. All right. Let's run a real quick timer on it just to make sure. Just to make sure. Let's see. Sadly, I can't pull it up on screen. I don't have a widget for it. But I do want to time them again just to make sure. Oh, we're already filling up. I guess I can do that later. I'm pretty sure it is 25 seconds though. Like I said, I did time it earlier. And, I mean, once again, it was 6 in the morning, so I could have screwed it up. But I do think it was 25 seconds. Taro's already got his volcano out. Alright, let's hop on in. Killing rollers when a barb takes too long? I burn them pretty quick, personally. It does proc off the rollers, Camden. The problem is that it doesn't hit the roller sweet spot. So it gets a 90+% reduction in the damage it does. What do I think about the Abyss Lord? The Abyss Lord's super strong. We get everybody in? Looks like it. I mean, I don't use exploit weakness on anybody. But healthy power and damage buff are definitely good choices there. I mean, there's nothing wrong with exploit weakness, if that's what you want to use, but I personally won't use it. No, Abyss Lord's Rampsters are really good, but it's also one of the strongest crowd control heroes in the game. There, Jonathan. So nothing wrong with the Abyss Lord. If you're looking for a hero that's going to put out big numbers, the Abyss Lord's not it. But if you want to use a hero that's going to win matches, oh, the Abyss Lord will win matches. You know, what's it all really about? It's all about winning matches, right? If you want to win the DPS contest of who can hit the dummy the hardest, then just go Monk. Without a doubt. But as far, I mean, the Abyss Lord can be super, super strong. Yeah, the Knights still work great on Assassins. It's debatably one of the best things against Assassins, to be honest. It's just super good. What's going on, Percy? It shouldn't be, Frog Killer. I mean, I wouldn't put it past it, but it shouldn't be. The timer should be the same. Well, I mean, if anybody's got a stopwatch on them, you can manually time it. You know. I don't have it up on the screen right now. Here, if anybody's got a stopwatch ready, here you go. 3, 2, 1, placed. There's the countdown for you. And we can see how long it takes for it to disappear. Gotta be getting close, right? There it went. Yeah, that's one of the worst things about the whole process there, Camden, for sure. It was 25? Okay, there we go. So it has been confirmed. The original map is 35, so they shaved 10 seconds off of it to make it slightly more challenging. Well, I mean, obviously the real challenge is in the enemy level increase. Once you get the rotation down, the difference between 25 seconds and 35 seconds isn't really a huge deal. As far as doing AP resets, in my opinion, the best thing to use is going to be Earth Shatter and Poison Dart Tower combo with any other form of damage. It just makes for super fast resets that don't require a bunch of upgrades or special mods. You can literally use anything. Literally use anything. It's like I'm out of juice. I had to steal somebody else's juice. None there to steal. I tried to pull a fast one. But yeah, anyway, using Earth Shatter and PDT, you don't require any special mods or any upgrades other than your shards, and you just can use the junk off the ground. So if you do that, you're gonna blow through your resets like they're nothing. I just did that one on my alt, that AP reset, and it's pretty easy. I mean, way easier than I expected it to be. So, I mean, I went through that whole playthrough and it's all in a playlist on the channel if you guys want to see it, but it was way easier than it should have been. I had to actually keep myself busy to make it look like I was working. It was that easy. If you don't mind using exploits, Shatterquake is probably the strongest mod in slot, but it's without a doubt a bit exploity. I don't know, Connor. I think the best chance of it getting any sort of a patch would be if people posted about it on the forums and more people backed it up. If lots of people backed it up on the forums, then sweet. Then I think it would get looked at. But I don't think anything is really going to get patched in DD2 without there being people talking about it on their forums. Oh, they did say they're working on it? I didn't see that. I don't really play Onslaught anymore, so that's a big part of it. I don't look at that stuff. Well, that it's a PvE game too, Camden. So what other players do? What other players do doesn't affect me at all. So I personally don't really care. You know, if somebody wants to use the exploity stuff, then have at it. We all create our own experience. If that's the funnest thing for you, then that's how you should play it. You know, I know a player in particularly that only comes back to play the game after major updates so he can go in and find bugs. And to that player, that's the funnest part of the game. So, you know, I mean, we're all here to have a good time, right? What's fun to me might not be fun to you, and what's fun to you might not be fun to me. Oh no, we got a stuck roller there? He's like, nope, I don't want none of that shit. You guys is too strong with your Frostfire remnants. He ain't coming out. Yeah, that build I'm using was a modification from that. Now, I mean, Zombie's not anywhere near the first person to ever use reflect beams as damage. You can go back years on the channel and look at videos of it. But he's the first person to push in high onslaught with it. For sure. Alright. Was that 2 or was that only 1? That was 1, okay. So we'll do another. The self-shocking harpies challenge? That actually might make harpies more viable if you took that route and went water elemental and storm damage. Harpies are the coolest looking thing in the game. It's quite a shame. Need to go play some Earth. Alright, well, enjoy there, Jello. So it looks like we got 3 of us in 3 lanes this time, unless somebody wants to join in for just one. It never really got nerfed, Lucas. It just got changed. So, I mean, it's always been viable the entire time. And it's not a matter of fixing stuck rollers, it's a matter of it's an action defense game. I mean, I can't name a single 3D action defense game that didn't have stuck mobs. All the Sanctum games, all the Orcs Must Die games, all the Dungeon Defenders games. I think it's something that's just inherently an issue to these small maps. Yeah. Well, you don't have to have it, but it would be ideal to have Piercer on your Harpies. For sure. Harpies are just such a beautiful thing. I wish they were better than they are. The first thing that gets me is I can't stand having a... You know, I know the tooltips in DD2 are all buggy, right? But I just cannot stand having tooltips that show higher numbers than what's actually being output. If it's lower than what's being output, I can do the math and say, oh, nice, I'm doing more than that. But when it's higher, it's like, oh, really? The tooltip says this much, and I only do this much. You know, that's the part I don't like about the Harpies. And the tooltip is so wildly inaccurate on those. It just shows such massive numbers. Well, archers are actually closer. You just have to realize you have to divide the number by 2. Because it's counting both sides. And both sides are rarely both being fully optimized. I mean, there's certain maps that are great for harpies, of course. Or, pardon me, for archers. But there's quite a few defenses. It's not just the harpies. It's just the harpies are really bad about it. PDTs are off pretty far too. They show a number that's absurdly higher than what you're actually producing. And that used to be really close to accurate. The PDTs used to. Oh, harpies, you're not going to get any complaint out of me there. Harpies are a beautiful thing. I mean, it's one of the coolest looking towers, and I love that fast fire rate. I wish there was more defenses that had that ridiculous fire rate in the game. I love stuff that pew-pews fast. You know, I'll never stop loving that from DD1. I've played Diablo 3 a lot more than Path of Exile. I actually wanted to try Path of Exile this season, but I actually stopped at mid-download and just said to hell with it. This league, they put in a little tower defense mechanic, which looks pretty cool, but you have to work to get to it. You can't just log in and start playing that. You have to go through the acts, and I just didn't want to do that. I do play every season of Diablo, though. Actually, my Diablo season, this season, Season 18, is getting cut short pretty quick. My entire friends list, literally everyone on my Battle.net friends list is playing WoW Classic. So anybody that I played Diablo with is all already done for the season and playing WoW Classic. I'm actually a little bummed about Path of Exile. I mean, I just don't understand why they don't put an adventure type mode in like Diablo. I mean, they like publicly say they're trying to keep pace with Diablo, but just going and having to grind through those acts every season, to me, I just don't want to do it, you know? Well, I mean, you could do any regular damaging build would work on harpies. The reason I haven't done a spotlight on them yet is they're just not spectacular. Their AI is a little bit off. Their reload animation kind of stinks. Stopping all damage output while they do their little reload. That's just irritating. That's the reason I haven't really done anything with harpies. I just never use them. Plus, happen to put down a tree. Now, they minimize the loss there with lowering the tree DU down, so it doesn't feel so bad anymore. Happen to use a tree. Slimes are super strong. I just did. The Abyss Lord that's there is current. Everything in that Spotlights playlist is current, Lucas. So if you do exclamation spotlights, everything there is all viable. So I just did a Abyss Lord not too long ago. Sparkle Party's not needed, but it's a definite convenience on board. Certainly not needed, though. But it's a luxury. It's a luxury that's very, very easy to obtain. In theory, it should. There, Daniel. I haven't tested that one personally, but it should proc controller servo. Lots of shinies, but nothing really good, it looks like. Man, just throwing totems at me. Look at all them totems. The fastest way to earn gold. Currently, the fastest way to earn gold would be to grind the Demon's Lair Incursion on Prime. But you're going to be missing out on other things. You're going to earn a bunch of gold, you're going to earn a bunch of amps, which also equals a bunch of gold if you don't need the amps. Your XP per hour would take a big hit. Let's see, anybody else sell anything good? Mailbox dancing in WoW. You'd be amazed in WoW. My son and I actually ran a little social experiment back in the early days of WoW during the original vanilla. You don't want to know, Jonathan. Mailbox dancing would be standing on the mailbox, taking off all your armor and acting like you're a stripper. That's what mailbox dancing would be. Anyway, my son and I did a social experiment in WoW, and we started new characters on an RP server. Went into town, and the kid started RPing out with people, pretending like he was a chick. And asking for gold for an epic mount. And he had his epic mount gold like within 15-20 minutes. It's kind of funny, but it just kind of bad all at the same time. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it, Frog Killer. People are creepers. There's no doubt there. Anyway, y'all, that is going to get it for today. I am going to be live again over on Twitch here in a bit, but I'm going to take a little break, get some more coffee in my system, maybe have a little breakfast. But anyway, thank you all an absolute ton for joining for the update day hotness. That was the Power Surge. I did record my very first run earlier before I knew anything. So I'll get that video edited and processed and probably up by either tonight or tomorrow morning, one of the two. And then I'll be doing a tips and tricks video for Power Surge as well. Yeah, it's early in the morning there, Semiotis. Why, I appreciate it there, Jonathan. Anyway, thank you all an absolute ton. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the new stuff. To some, it's not the challenge they were looking for. To others, it's extremely hard. But the main thing is if you're enjoying it and having a good time. And I personally love Power Surge. I'm anxious to play around with different defenses and see what we can make work there, you know. Definitely a super fun and chaotic map. But anyway, thanks a ton all. Give me like an hour probably, and I will be live over on Twitch. I'll post that up on Twitter if you follow me on Twitter as well, to let everybody know when I'm going live. But I'm in need of caffeine and breakfast. But anyway, thanks a ton. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the day, and I will see you all soon. Take it easy.